Hello everyone and welcome back to the video. Today I'm going to be going ahead and reacting to a very serious video from Nilly, a very important and real video titled "It's Time." I'm going to leave a link in the pinned comment for his channel if you guys want to check it out there and leave him a comment. But yeah, it's just for context sake. It's a video he posted one day after announcing NEC5, which will be happening in January of 2023. And yeah, he announces a bunch of things for his future. It's an important video for him. And it truly is a bittersweet moment. And I felt like, okay, a lot of important things were discussed in this video. And I wanted to give my thoughts on it and react to it a little bit. I asked him just in case, just to make sure it's okay for him if I react to it. He said it's cool, no problem. So here we are. I'm going to play the video, give you guys my reactions through it all. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to talk about NEC5, what I expect, and kind of what I feel about it. And I might mention a little something about the Viper and T90 coming back from Facebook to Twitch at the end of it, because I think that's a little related to the topic of NEC5 as well. So without further ado, let's hop in and see the decisions Nilly has taken for himself in the future of his career with Age of Empires.
It's time to end my Age of Empires streaming career. And with that, a lot of my, obviously, content creation for YouTube here as well. And this video will tell how I got to that decision and what the future might hold for me, or the short-term future will hold for me. So obviously this year was extremely dedicated towards competition. I was casting way less and trying to compete, trained a lot, but who am I kidding? Like, the success was not there. I improved a lot, but obviously the competition improved a lot as well. Like, some fanboys might say, like, I'm somewhere between like number 35, 30, 40 in the world, somewhere in that ballpark, and that's nowhere close to the top 16 in the world that I was aiming for, at least like having one top 16 performance there. So it was kind of obvious that that grind would stop at the end of the year, and then I had to start thinking, okay, what are we doing? Are we casting? Where's my place in the Age of Empires world? And yeah, lots of problems there.
Yeah, just real quick, and I'll give my thoughts on that point. First of all, I just want to start by commending Nilly heavily for the progress he's made as a player, to be honest. Like, I don't know when he made the decision to really focus on playing instead of casting as his main thing, but he jumped a lot of ranks. He was probably like starting off his journey at like what, top 100 if I had to just guess from how it felt to play against him and where he was rank wise, and ending around top 30, 35, and taking sets in tournaments from prominent names. You know, a bunch of top players actually lost in in tournaments. He made some really good progress, but unfortunately, the nature of competition is that if you're not at the very top, especially for AoE2, there's just not a lot you're playing for. And although he did fall short from his goals, I do really want to commend him on the progress he's made. I see it from his gameplay. I can analyze the gameplay and not focus on results, and he's gotten a lot better over the last few months, over the last year or two. And yeah, I just want to say big props to him for that progress. And unfortunately, he just fell a little short from his goals.
Income, right? I actually don't make too shabby of money with Age of Empires. Obviously, lots of support there, GL, ad revenue, subs, but simply like being self-employed, taxes are high, health insurance is high, rent is high where I live, so I can live off it, but I'm not putting anything into my pension, not putting anything into my savings, and every time I want to travel or have like bigger expenses, which I'm not having a lot, right? I'm kind of a frugal guy. I still have to go through my savings, so like it's reasonable, but it's not like crazy.
I actually love listening to this part where he lays out his thoughts, like just weighing the pros and cons. I want to just chime in here that, like, especially for like a content creator or like a pro player or whatever, you can't do this till like you're 65. It's just not a job that it's just like scales well. There's no promotions. It's kind of a job that peaks rather early, and then you can kind of carry that peak and, you know, use your experience up until what, 40, 50 maybe. And sure, you can probably do it further if you're really pushing some boundaries, but it really is a job that you have to save for the future and kind of maybe transition off at some point. And I think that Nilly had some really nice analysis, just like for himself, really for his position. I just like how he, you know, weighs the pros and cons, and that's kind of like the Nilly I know. He's just really good at, you know, weighing the pros and cons and making decisions based off that. But yeah, definitely a thing where if it's working out in the short term, it's good, but if it's not working out in the long term, things might need some changing for sure, which is it's an important thing to recognize in his position.
And then obviously what is crazy is NACs, right? That's so much money I put in there, like month of sub money, donation money, and in the end, I always paid extra and had like basically traded off channel growth and having a great event with going into my savings over and over again. Luckily, like I was very fortunate and having acquired that early in my life. But at one point it ends, right? So that's some of the factors, and one of the bigger factors also is simply free time. Like every time I'm laying on the couch, I feel like, wow, I could be streaming now. I could be gaining followers. Like social media is obviously brutal in that sense. And every time there's a tournament being cast, I feel like, wow, I should be there. And I obviously this year was heavily focusing on competition, but like 2022, there were no weekends missed. There were no evening streams missed, right? Like I was grinding so hard for basically my job that all my social contacts went down. Obviously, like Corona had something to do with that the years before as well, but it's just like I felt obliged to stream. There's a big event, I have to stream it. And people enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. But it's not where I see myself in 5 or 10 years. And then the question is like, when do I want to make that switch? And it feels right now. Because probably the biggest aspect is free minds. I'm sitting together with my father. He's talking about what he did last weekend, and I'm just thinking how I mismicroed my CA in the training session this morning. Or like my girlfriend is talking to me about her day, and I'm thinking, okay, how can I improve NAC opener? What should we do before the first match? What should be the show match? How do I promote it the week before? And it's like my mind is so occupied by Age of Empires and the Age of Empires universe. It's not fair to other people in my life, and it's not fair to myself as well. Like how much I'm thinking about it, right? I'm not falling asleep thinking about how to improve NAC. I'm like going to bed and thinking, okay, what home maps do I play against ACCM in my 9 a.m. training session against him, right? To train for TTL. Like that's I would say passion, some would say obsession. It's just very much. And
So I want to pause here because like that was it might sound weird from the outside looking in to hear this, but I can 100% relate to a lot of what he said here. I would say for me personally, it doesn't happen as much with the free mind. I think I can distinguish between AoE and other things, but I can definitely empathize with just always constantly thinking about games from the past and what to do going forward. But the point that I think he made, like he just nailed it, was the free time. The free time is a killer when it comes to streamers, and I think just being self-employed in general, you guys might be able to relate if you are in a similar situation. Like if you're a streamer, the reality of it is, no matter when, like at any point of the day, whether it's competitive gaming or streaming, there's always something you could be doing to improve. You can always be playing more games. You can always be thinking about drafts, thinking about civ picks. You can always be streaming. Always can be recording videos. And from a logical and a balanced perspective, from a rational perspective, looking in, it's very simple. Allocate some time to making videos, allocate some time to streaming for competitive gaming, and then allocate some free time. But the catch is, every time you're taking the free time, you just get the feeling that it's something you could be putting towards just making content. It's time that's quote unquote wasted, because it could be used doing work and achieving your goals one way or another. And these thoughts really eat at you when you're a content creator. And I feel like it's different if you're at the top of content creation or top of pro play. You can kind of decide for yourself and kind of gauge, okay, I'll take a couple of days off. I'm doing fine, I'm hitting my goals, I'm hitting my numbers. Same for pro play. I can kind of skip a couple sessions. I'm in a good spot. I'll just watch for now. But if you're like, in the middle of the pack and you got goals, you want to, achieve big things, it's hard not to get this kind of like intrusive thoughts taking over in your free time, and it's hard not to get the feeling that all of your time should be put towards gaining these or achieving these goals, or else you just won't make it. And yeah, it's a brutal thought for any self-employed guy for sure, and especially for streaming and pro play. And yeah, I just like to hear his analysis because I just agreed wholeheartedly with the free time point. It's a tough thing, man.
And I'm generally happy, and I still think I would tick a lot of burnout boxes. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to having a day and not knowing what to do. Because for the last year, I knew I had 3-4 Age of Empires appointments. If it was training, if it was streaming, if it was looking through Rex, whatever. And I think that's something that I'm looking forward to. Yeah. And now the question: how will the next month look? How will?
Oops.
Only in America, people trample on each other to get a good deal.
No way.
The time look in general. I will do a good bye week after NAC, which we will have some last tournaments. I want to squeeze in King of the Hippo 10. I want to have some show matches of like legendary series returning, like another best of 21 against Stout. Other ones that I don't want to go into too much detail. Some show matches that felt long overdue. There will be some of me casting, some of me playing. And I'm looking forward to that week. It will be directly the week after NAC. So like the third week of January or something like that. And from there on, I probably won't stream for like a month. I will take a month off, and then we'll try to recalibrate and see a bit. And my streams will be more spontaneous. I might go into some variety as well, enjoy some other games. I might cast some, I might play some, but it will not be too much scheduled stuff. I obviously will post when I will be there. I will get rid of Jam Mondays, simply because I feel like if I feel like streaming a Monday, it should be open to everyone, kind of. And I know like the hardcore Age of Empires, like the German community is strong and it was lovely. And I maybe will have to think of something like for the remaining Jam Mondays, but I want to have everyone there and feel included if my streams are more rare, right? Because in the past I could say, just watch the other 4 or 5 days I'm streaming the week. And YouTube, I don't know yet. I don't want to commit too much. I think simply because I won't be gone for like 100% from the Age of Empires community. There's still way too much. And the addiction is still too much. Then I think I will do WTF, right? Keeping up to date, staying there. And I might do some more like drama police. Something where I felt, okay, while we have this happening, let's discuss this. How is this for Age of Empires? And
I think news reporting might be more interesting than Drama Week, or Drama Police, or whatever. Yeah, Drama Police. I think news reporting on tournaments would be actually a really good niche to fall into if he's interested. But otherwise, just like some videos on important community topics can be interesting, I suppose. I will say though, I really like that he's not leaving 100%, because I can't really imagine an AoE world where Nilly's just gone from it. He's just played such a pivotal role in the community, both as a player, tournament host, content creator, caster, etc. He's just filled so many roles. Even took some time working at Microsoft. So he's filled so many roles, and I like that he's still going to be around in some form. I think really what he wants to do is step away from like the rat race, the whole like constant streaming, the whole constant grind. I think that's kind of what's burning him out, which is 100% understandable. But yeah, I'm just happy he's still going to be around in some form for sure.
I don't want to like go into a big talk show or something, but it's just like YouTube videos when I feel like it and I have a burning desire for them. Will be more than the ones that I had over the last month. And then obviously the big NAC 5. And I feel this will be the end to a big chapter for me. I've been playing this game for like 24 years now, and very intensely. Very intensely. And being full-time for close to 8 years now. And I kind of want to have NAC 5 as maybe the most memorable event for myself. And ideally, maybe the most memorable tournament for viewers as well. That would be my dream.
Yeah, I mean that's a very powerful moment, honestly. Yeah, I think the video ends here.
And I hope I will see you there.
Yeah, there we go. That's the end of the video. That's a very powerful note to end on. Very emotional moment for him as well. A few thoughts from me, and then we'll talk about NEC 5. So, first of all, I really want to say once again how important of a role Nili's played in the AoE2 community. It's been absolutely fantastic to have around, and I really, really love for him that he's ending on his own terms. That's a very important thing. I feel like it's a very powerful thing to to choose, because just deciding to quit one day overnight just feels a bit wrong since you've been doing it for so long. And I feel like preparing one last show, one last, like, I'm going to give it my all and then go out, that feels just amazing. So I think he made the right decision on this one. Going out on his terms, that is amazing for him. And it gives us all a chance as a community, as players, as casters. Let's all give it our best. Let's all tune in as the viewers. Me as a player, I'm going to practice day in, day out. I'm going to offer to cast if he needs it. I'm going to offer to help out wherever I can. I'm already helping him raise some funds for it, as he, does need some additional help there. Let's all come together and give him a hand, as he's given us, tons of opportunities over the years, and, provided so much for the AoE2 community. And yeah, like I said, it's just one last tournament to go out on a bank, go out on your own terms. That is fantastic, and I love that situation. It is a bittersweet moment. You can tell how much this means to him. I mean, he almost teared up at the end there, or maybe did. I don't know. But yeah, it's just it means so much to him, and that passion. I appreciate seeing it in its raw form there. And I wish him the best at NEC 5, and I think it's going to be a banger. I mean, NEC means so much to me personally. I'm not even the guy hosting it. It was the first tournament where I did pretty well on. First tournament where I really got to meet the players and play them one-on-one in a LAN setting. First decent result for me. My breakthrough tournament, pretty much. I can only imagine how much it means for him. He's been hosting it. I came in at NEC 3. He started NEC 1, even before Definitive Edition. So yeah, I can only imagine how much this means to him. And it's a very big moment. It's a very bittersweet moment, of course. So yeah, let's talk about NEC 5. I'm really excited for the tournament. Like I said, I'm going to give it my all, and I really hope to see everyone there. I want it to be as good of an event for Nili as possible. It feels like it's only fair. He's done so much in that series and for AoE. Let's make it end on a bang, and I'm super excited for it. There's a donation link associated to it somewhere. I think you can find it on his video for the trailer of NEC 5. So if you guys are interested in donating, you could get something from it, like a signed t-shirt or something like that if you hit a certain threshold. So definitely there if you guys are interested. And then last topic for this video, kind of related, we now have T90 and Viper coming back to Twitch, which is really big news for the AoE2 community. And it's relevant to this video simply because they're going to be back on Twitch, let's say 2 months before NEC 5, month and a half now for NEC 5. And I think having them on Twitch is going to be really helpful to just raise the overall viewer numbers, get some momentum going on Twitch. And it feels like we're kind of like back to normal when it comes to, Age of Empires 2. Before they left to Facebook 2 years ago, this is where we're at. This is the best recipe for growth, best recipe for the biggest tournaments. And we now have it again. And I'm really excited for that. I think it's great for the AoE2 community to have everyone in one spot. And I really hope that with them coming back, with NEC coming in, it's going to be a successful 2024 for Age of Empires 2, and only uphill from here. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Much love and respect to Nili for this video and for all he's done for us in the AoE2 community. And let's one last show with NEC 5. Let's make it happen. Take care, guys, and have a good rest of your day. Peace.